here today to answer some questions.
Hello, Amplifetes. Nice to meet you. Could you, first of all, introduce us to your universe, because some of our readers might not know about your background and your universe.
Okay, hi. We are the Amplifetes out of Sweden. We play music on the more electro side of things. And my name is Peter. This here is Corby, Tommy, and Guillaume, or Henry, whichever you prefer.
What would be your biggest influences, even though it seems like a kind of melting pot of a lot of different influences, but what would be the major artist, what you think about when you
Sure, there's probably kind of a mad mishmash of influences to be honest.
I thought so.
Yeah. I mean, if you hear the album, you're probably going to pick up influences from all over the place, from the what about 70s prog rock to more, of course, current electronic artists. What kind of turns us in the process is about mishmashing of different influences and try to get them to blend.
What are the instruments you use? Of analogic scenes, or because sometimes you can't really understand if the bass line has been done with a normal bass or with the synths and VSTs and things like that, because it starts like an organic and normal bass and it ends up like the sound you might be thinking it has been done with synths. So how do you work? What would be the instrument you use?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. I mean, I guess we at least I'm coming from a rather traditional playing a guitar, playing a bass. When we move into electronic land, it's very interesting to treat the bass as electronic instrument. You can cut. You record the bass and then you can cut with the bass, so it makes a more modern, up-to-date sound, maybe, or an effect, or whatever. I mean, it goes both ways, I guess.
Yeah.
And with this new album, we really wanted to use old analog synthesizers only, no software, no computers, and we just we recorded everything live, and then we edited it in the computer.
Okay.
We used the tricks we learned, from electronic music. It's a kind of interesting blend.
And which are the synths you use?
It's a MS-20 for Solina string machine,
Yamahas, Rolands, you name it, every
Pro One.
everything from the late 70s.
And some new ones, the Vostok.
Yeah, don't forget that one.
For this album, how did you proceed? Did you meet all together, or if one has an idea, then he says to the other and they work on the melody you had in mind, or did you have you wanted something more coherent, or you did it step by step and just when it came to you in your mind?
I think that the process for this album was to make it as different as the last album process. And then, how we did that album was more about sending files to each other via email, and then one, I did the beat continue on the melody and Tommy and so forth. And this time around, we kind of got together all on one group and booked up some time, and we went for it. Knocked out pretty much the bulk of the album in 1 week, which we didn't expect actually. But yeah, and also, as you were saying, just the kind of dogmatic approach of just working purely analog stuff, and then we mixed it on Pink Floyd's old mixing console, just washing through there. And for us, although that might all sounds very traditional way of recording back in the days, for us that was actually new somehow.
Have you ever tried some tracks before working them on a studio? Have you just you went in a gig and for the encore, you just play one or two of the songs you've been having in mind and see how it goes with the crowd.
We actually did, kind of, when we toured the last album. We tried a couple of new songs that we actually toured with quite a while, but we didn't end up using it on the album. But that was kind of fun, because we kept working on them all and changing them. They didn't make it, but yes, we have.
What would be your best memory on a gig? Or your funniest memory?
Probably discovering that there's a man in a bodysuit dressed as a zebra at the front, going crazy. It was a really weird suit, full body, face and all, just zebra. Weird. And then he came after us on the social networks and sent pictures. Oh, I am a zebra from somewhere. That was really cool.
What would be the artist you would like to collaborate with or work with?
Michael Jackson. That's not possible. That's not gonna happen.
Where would be the kind of places you would love to play at, or the like your dream show or festival or venue, something you really like to?
Coachella.
I have some other questions which are a bit more original and casual. That would be the versus questions. So you have two options and you say which one you prefer. So Paris versus London.
Choice. Because we were in Paris.
Kebab versus McDonald's.
Kebab. Yeah, if it's a good kebab. Yeah.
Handmade versus industrial.
Homemade. Depends what it is, I
Yeah.
guess. Is it a dish or a synthesizer?
For like everything. Michael Jackson versus Prince.
Prince. Yeah, Prince, actually.
The Rolling Stones versus the Beatles.
It's the Beatles.
The Subs versus Solvax.
Solvax.
Oasis versus Blur.
Blur, of course. Yeah, sometimes. And then if you look at the whole.
Like Oasis.
Some
Blockbusters versus more indie intellectual movies.
Hard to tell. It's all depends.
Trains versus planes.
Train.
CDs or using the computer like Tractor or Ableton.
The CD is more one track.
Back to the Future versus Jurassic Park.
Back to the Future. That's actually Tommy's favorite movie.
Skateboard versus rollerblade.
Skateboard, was it? Yeah, skateboard, absolutely.
Pulp Fiction versus Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs, yeah. For me. At least. I mean,
Okay.
they both were. Hi, to the readers of Beware magazine, I'd like to say have a good 2013 and enjoy your new album. It's out of February. Bye.
Are we not supposed to be dead like next 21?
Yeah.
In December.
Yeah, that's the.
So maybe the album will never
Yeah, I didn't
be
believe
released.
I didn't believe that, but then I heard yesterday that North Korea is
Launching its first
a rocket,
yeah.
so maybe they weren't so wrong after all, the Mayans.
It's gonna be okay.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all okay.
We're blinded by the